I'll have a scotch and soda, please. Virgin. Jeff Stone here with day 3 of the year 2016 at magicreviewed.com. That's right, 3 days, 3 videos, in your face New Year's resolution. Yeah. So, today we're looking at a product called Coin on Call by Aljaz Sun. And let me just tell you the basic effect. You borrow, you get a spectator to bring out a handful of change or borrow a penny from them. You take the penny and you also borrow their iPhone or their whatever phone that has a camera on it. You have them open the phone to the camera. You put the penny in their fingers like so. You take, now I'm the spectator here, and you take a picture of their face holding the penny with their camera. Close the phone, give them the phone back in their hand like so. You take the penny out of their hand, place it onto their hand like this. You tell them to close their fist. When they reopen it, they are now holding a dime on their hand, and then the phone's on the other hand. You take the dime from them, you tell them to open the phone, look at the photograph, and they will see that now it's a picture of them holding a dime rather than a picture of them holding the penny. So the photograph changed and the coin changed. You hand them back the dime, they can keep it. Everything's clean. The end. That's the effect. How does it work? It requires a gimmick, which is supplied. It requires some basic sleight of hand, audience management, and some misdirection. 3 things that you should have in your repertoire. If not, then you're in the wrong place, folks. Yeah, even a beginner should have those things. So, when you're ready for the big league to use misdirection, sleight of hand, and audience management, come back and do this trick. The gimmick that you're supplied with allows you to change an American penny into an American dime. And so, if you're in another country, then that doesn't work, obviously, and they only provide the American gimmick. So they tell you in the 15-minute training video that you get, they tell you that what gimmick you need, and it's the kind of gimmick that, so let me back up. The idea is that you're supposed to be borrowing money from the spectator. So you need a gimmick that will work with their, what normal pocket change is for your country. So in Canada, normal pocket change, I mean, you guys, the smallest paper bill you have, I think, is a $5 bill. And so you have $2 coins and $1 coins that are very common. Whereas here in America, we have $1 bills, and usually the only change we have is a penny, nickel, dime, or quarter. We don't even have half dollars or silver dollars anymore. They're very rare. So it's all, paper money here. So we have to use a penny and a dime. So there is a gimmick that will work in Canada. That works with, I think, with the toonie or the loony or whatever. And they exist. It's for a totally different trick, but it exists, and you can get it at your magic dealer, and they talk about that in the instructions. Same with other countries. I just picked Canada because I happen to know a little teeny bit about their coins up there. But wherever country you're in, odds are there is a special gimmick that will allow you to do this effect with the common pocket change in your country. But that means you're going to have to buy an extra thing if you don't already have this gimmick. And you may. It's a relatively common gimmick that coin workers use. So you may have this. But you may want to just contact Penguin and tell them what country you're in and see. And they'll be able to tell you. Anyway. So so that's the basic idea there. Let's talk about the ad copy for a minute. The ad copy, written copy, solid. The one thing they constantly talk about, borrowing a coin, borrowing a coin, borrowing a coin. Yes, you do borrow the penny, but obviously your spectator's penny does not have the magical ability to transform itself into a dime. Therefore, you must ring in your gimmick. And there is some trickery and some switchery involved. But I feel it's a fair statement to say you borrow the coin, because you actually do borrow it, and then you do your stuff. And here's the thing. The structure of this routine is so clever and simple, but it's so clever that, and you got a hint of it when I was talking about the phone and the coin on their hand, it's designed so that, again, it's the audience management and the misdirection is key here, but it's simple audience management and simple misdirection, and it's designed so that all the sneaky stuff happens at the perfect moment where I guarantee you're not going to get caught. I mean, you just won't. It's just the way it is. It's the way it's designed. It's the way it's structured. So, borrowing the coin, that's fair. That's a fair statement. Second thing, on the video trailer, the gimmick that is used is not the same gimmick that is supplied when you purchase this. The reason for that, this is an effect that was created by Al Jaz's son that is apparently a few years old, and I guess Jeff Price knows Al Jaz's son or whatever, and he had liked to do that trick, and he's been doing it for a few years now, and he felt it was worth investing in a custom-made gimmick that he paid Roy Coopers to make for $50. So that's the one they use in the trailer. Now, don't freak out yet, okay? This gimmick is a version of a common gimmick that they supply you with already that just has some extra little touches for magicians, I think, really is what it comes down to. So here's the thing. First of all, if you try to do this trick to a magician, they probably already know the method, but even if they didn't, the particular gimmick that's supplied with this trick, rather than the Roy Cooper's gimmick, they might, and I mean might, notice something that might help them figure it out. But again, that's only a magician, and I know what I'm looking for, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, yeah, there's no way that a spectator is going to see or understand or figure anything out. So I wouldn't worry about it. I just want to bring it up, though, because the one that's in the video is a different gimmick than the one you get. Now, since then, Roy Coopers has figured out a way how to make that gimmick for a lot cheaper, for $15, and he sells it on his website. And Al Jaz's son told me to mention that to you guys when he emailed me about this product. So after you pay the $19.95 to buy this product and you get the gimmick that is supplied, if you don't like it or you think that you need it to be way crazier than it is, then go to Roy Cooper's site and you can get it for 15 more bucks. So it's going to cost you $35 total. I don't think you're going to need to do that. The only people who are going to have to spend extra money are people who are not in America, unless you can come up with some justification for using American coins. And again, if they're American coins, they're not going to be borrowed from your spectators. They're going to be out of your own pocket. But that aside, the whole point of this is to borrow it from the spectators. Now, this is essentially a copper-silver transpo, guys. I hope you understand that. This is not a new trick. What's new, if you will, about it is the addition of using the camera phone, and the particular handling and the structure is pretty clever and everything. But this is nothing new. And so this is just a copper-silver transpo effect, which you could do yourself once you understand how this is done. You don't necessarily have to use the gimmick that is provided. You could do it with whatever coins you want. But if you want to do the idea where you're borrowing money from the spectator, then you need this gimmick. So that's about all there is to say about that. Again, the gimmick quality is great. The instructions is fine. The instruction quality is fine. But there's one thing that just irritated me. So it would appear that the video was filmed with the intent that they weren't going to actually provide the gimmick, and that later maybe they decided, well, let's just go ahead and provide the gimmick too, which is fine. But in the instructions, so Jeff Price is talking about, okay, here's where you can get the gimmick, here's the kind of gimmick you're going to need for each country, blah, blah, blah. But if you don't have this gimmick, here's a little tip from John Guastafaro that he gives, that Jeff Price gives. This tip from John Guastafaro, however you say it, is a load of crap. I'm not saying that John didn't say this. I'm just saying it's a load of crap. It's absolutely ridiculous. It will not work. It will not fool anyone. It's stupid. There, I said it. It's stupid. Now, and yes, I tried it, and it's stupid. It does not work at all. It's a load of crap. It didn't even work for Jeff Price in the video. So, I'm not going to tell you what it is because I can't without really kind of exposing what's going on here. But it doesn't matter because they were showing you how to sort of make a makeshift gimmick, which you don't need to do because it's provided for you. And for those who are in a foreign country, this makeshift gimmick wouldn't work for you anyway. It was only a way for Americans to do it, and it doesn't work for them either. It's stupid. That aside, Everything else is absolutely solid. One last thing, if you saw the unboxing, you might have noticed I was really confused when I opened the package. Here's why. Al Jaz's son had contacted me saying, I'd like you to review this. And I said, great, send me one. He says, well, Penguin sells. And I said, great, have Penguin send me one. So like a week or so later, I get a package in the mail from Penguin, and it had 3 little baggies of stuff in it, and I had no idea what they were. One was this Gimmick. One was Widow, which is another product or gimmick. And the third thing was a thing called Expert. I think it's called that. When I unboxed it, I didn't understand that. I thought they were all part of this coin on call thing. I was very confused. So what you're going to get in the mail is literally a little baggie that is, well, here, the baggie, I'm hiding the Gimmick, but the baggie is this big, little baggie with the Gimmick in it, and that is it. And the Gimmick is from another trick, but it just works for this particular routine. So they just stick it in the bag and send it to you. That little piece of paper label in there, I put that in there. So now you'll be in a better spot because you're going to be on Penguin ordering this, and when you order it, you'll expect to get something in the mail. And so this comes with no instructions. So I was, again, like, what do I do with this? I didn't even know what the effect was. I didn't know anything about this effect other than it was called Coin on Call from Al Jaz's son. So finally, after some emailing and talking to some people, I found out that in my Penguin account, they added the video download in there for me to watch so I could review this. So obviously, when you purchase it, you just will assume that they're going to add the video and that you're going to get this little baggie in the mail. So just to clear up any confusion there. I think that's it. Bottom line, if you like the effect of having them hold the coin, take a picture of it, and then the picture changes and the coin changes in their hand, this is a good method. It's very simple, very clever, and relies on those 3 basic skills and this Gimmick. And I think you'll find, especially if you're here in America, you'll find it's well worth the $20. So, 4 stars, Stone status of Jim. And now, it's time to like the video, subscribe to my channel, share with all your peeps on social media, and listen to the random iTunes song of the moment, which is Save It For Me. It's not playing. Save It For Me. There we go. Didn't play. Save It For Me by Frankie Valli. I think I've mentioned this before when Frankie Valli comes up occasionally, that he's one of these guys that I knew several of his songs but didn't realize they were his. And I bought the Greatest Hits album, and I'm like, holy crap, all these songs are tunes I didn't know were Frankie Valli. So this is one that I was not familiar with, but it's on the list. Save It For Me by Frankie Valli. Tune in tomorrow, day 4 of the year 2016, where we look at Jonathan Levitt ahead of the game. Until then, folks, thanks for watching. Peace out.